Hi, this is Dr. Hoepfner, and I've been asked to maybe try out some short videos to see if that helps you any. So happy to do so. Um, this chapter 6 unit is about the swing era, which is the late 30s, 40s, almost up to the 50s, and it's the height of the big band era. And basically, I'm reading or looking at my notes, the Prezi outline that I have linked to in Unit 1. And if you just wrote down what was on the outline and listened to the music, you would probably just pass it just fine. Some of the detail, though, you can only get by reading the book and taking a look at that, but at least this kind of guides you a little bit. For example, on the very first slide, one of the very first things is a list of names like Benny Goodman, Tommy Dorsey, Duke Ellington, Count Basie, and Glenn Miller. And those were big band leaders. Those were the guys that took these bands around the U.S. and created the most popular music of the time. Next to that is Your Hit Parade and DJs. And this is a radio show that you should read about because it becomes more important later on. But basically, it was the Hit Parade was an early way to tell everybody in America what was popular and what wasn't. We still have stuff like that nowadays, top Billboard 100. Then there's a list of clubs, which was just popular hangouts to do this music and dance to it, because dance is the most important thing. And they're all in Harlem, New York, and they're clubs like the Savoy, Cotton Club, and the Apollo. And it was called the Renaissance of Harlem at the time, and you should read a little bit about that. And if you were going to spend any time on the big band leaders, I would spend it with Benny Goodman. He's the king of swing, very important as far as the quality of his music and the fact that he was very important in the way that he dealt with the racial issues of the time. So take a look at that. It's very important. And maybe just read that little section about the vocal harmony groups of the time, like the Mills Brothers. This chapter also goes into country music and its slow rise in popularity. Roy Acuff is an extraordinarily important guy, country guy. He's probably the most popular singer in that early period. Even formed the first country publishing company. So listen to his music, look at his lifestyle. At the same time, one of the most popular genres of the time in America in movies were these singing cowboy films, which were they just made hundreds of movies with these actors, singers. Some acted better than others and some sang better, but they're all these actors like Gene Autry, Roy Rogers, Dale Evans, Patsy Cline, Tex Ritter, Sons of the Pioneers. Listen to the music. It's way different than your regular country type music. And there'll be some test questions about that. And an Oklahoma native, Bob Wills. Also interesting, Bob Wills and the Texas Playboys, because they took country music and they infused swing into it. And so they came up with this new style called country swing, which you should listen to and know about. Then there's a little section about Latin music in the swing era, and the important person to remember is Xavier Cugat. There's a little section about that. And that's chapter 6, and I'm going to leave that and make a different video for chapter 7. And I don't know if this is going to help or not, but we'll give it a shot. Thank you.